Plaintiff Joshua Barker never got involved in gangs. Yet at the age of 17, he was an innocent bystander who got shot during a drive-by shooting and was pronounced dead on arrival. Joshua is suing his former roommate, whom he tried to save from the streets, for unpaid rent and property damage. Defendant David McCartney started smoking pot when he was 11, which eventually led to a cocaine and pill addiction. Although David cleaned up his act, he admits he relapsed within the last year, but says he is currently 2 months sober.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
State your name.
My name is Joshua Barker.
Sir?
David McCartney. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. And sir, you're suing your former friend for $3,375 for unpaid rent and property damage?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is he on drugs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I can tell when you start out with that. How you doing? How's your day, Your Honor? That's how he started out. You heard that. That's usually the game. That's usually down there somewhere in there. How you doing, Your Honor? Oh, it's a good day, great day. Everything's going fine with you? It's fine with me. You're a good man, Your Honor. I like that tie.
Actually, I do like that tie.
See? That's the same. I know a drug addict when I see one. 2 words. All I needed was 2 words. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Whoop, I got one here. Man can't say hi without me calling him a crackhead. That's a shame. That's a shame. Can't even say hi to me.
Ouch.
And I promise not to call people crackhead no more, and I'm going back to that promise. I'm not going to call you a crackhead. You a meth head. All right, you like them perks and them oxys.
Them perks and them oxys.
Another way you tell a drug addict or recovering, you're really trying to fight and stay strong, and I admire it. Whenever you call their house.
Oh, I know this one.
Pick up that phone. Praise the Lord! You hear that? They've been on dope. And they're fighting it. Yeah. And I love it. That's what you're supposed to do. Whatever it takes. If everything come out your mouth has a spiritual context to it, and that keeps you strong against temptation, great. So that what happened when you call him now? Praise the Lord! Well, he ain't ready yet. Yeah. All right, we're going to get you to answer the phone right.
All right.
Go ahead, sir. Give me some background on your friend here.
Well, I met David I knew David for a long time. I'll just give you a little bit about myself. I lost my mother at the age of 13. I always told myself I don't want to be a part of the gangs, don't want to be in the streets. I got shot at the age of 17. My heart stopped.
You going to the street anyway, or you were just a victim of
innocent bystander?
Really?
Yeah.
Where at?
I was walking to the store, and there was a drive-by shooting. I was the innocent victim that got shot.
Were these black guys?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, where were the black guys when they wiped out the senior citizens and children? Where were the thugs then? Instead of shooting each other.
Right.
That I do not know.
Instead of shooting each other. Why don't they protect their community?
Exactly, Your Honor.
Because they punks. They scared to lead the community. They want to stay in the hood and kill each other. You scared to go down there where the real fight is, and here you got a man coming in here shooting up everybody in your community, and we still ain't heard from the street guys.
Oh,
yeah.
Where you at, street guys? Man came in and wiped out your families.
Man.
And you being cool and talking about who you gonna get in the hood. Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
Right.
Next time he drive by, I'm going by that house and I'm gonna shoot the house up. You ain't heard him say nothing about what they gonna do to this boy that killed 10 black people because he hate black people. Nothing from the streets. No respect for y'all until you start acting like that. I have no respect for you guys. Y'all ain't gangsters. Y'all wanksters. As long as you let a man come in the hood and you ain't saying nothing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, but I'm mad about that. You say you were shot at 17.
Yes, Your Honor.
Innocent bystander.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then what?
My heart stopped 7 times on and off the table. I was actually pronounced dead on arrival. when they came to the scene, they resuscitated me 7 times. You know, if it wasn't for God, I honestly wouldn't be here. I thank him still to this day. I just want to live my life with my little brother. Now I got a little sister. And I actually just recently lost one of my little brothers due to gang violence. They went to his job and they killed him while he was at work.
How long ago was that?
A year ago.
How old was he?
He had just turned 21. They killed him on his birthday.
Was it over some type of beef?
That I do not know.
Was he in the drug game?
I ain't gonna say he was in the drug gang, but he was a part of the streets.
Yeah. A lot of them part of the streets ain't getting no money. They just want to shoot somebody because they came into my neighborhood. Ain't nobody getting no money.
Right.
That's what I want to know. Is he another one that ain't getting no money for shooting and killing?
My brother,
killing on
he had his
beefs?
head on a swivel. You know, he had a job and everything. He just basically, he was doing it for attention, I guess.
No, he was doing it for peer pressure to fit in. I'm so sorry to hear that. Doing, Your Honor. Oh, it was a good day, great day. Everything going fine with you? It's fine with me. You're a good man, Your Honor. I like that tie.
Actually, I do like that tie.
See? That's the same. I know a drug addict when I see one.
Defendant David McCartney is being sued by his former roommate, who claims David turned his home into a fraternity house.
Your mom died at 13.
Yeah.
Who raised you from there?
I live with my grandparents.
Okay. And you never really became a part of the streets, even though you
Your Honor.
didn't have a mother or your biological father. He wasn't in your life either.
No, Your Honor.
And your brother perhaps wasn't as strong as you. He was the same mother, right?
Same mother,
Yeah.
but he had his father in his life, which I don't really understand why he would turn to the streets. But, you know, that's just, I guess he just wanted to live his life how he was living.
You don't feel, put it that way, you don't feel the same love from your daddy
As you do from your
as
mother.
you do your mother. And people can dispute that all you want. Well, my mama wasn't nothing. Please. You feel more love from mama for the most part.
I'm a
but
mama's boy.
Mama's totally nurturing. So your brother, it probably traumatized him in a way that he went the opposite direction. And that is, he tried to fill that hole in his heart for love by going to the neighborhood boys and hanging out with them. And you, on the other hand, you went the other way. You were inspired by it not to do wrong. That's
Yes, Your
kind of
Honor.
what we're hearing. And that's what I tell parents and others. That was the same case with me. My brothers, at least one of them, went way right or way left. I changed my life. Mother died at 17. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear you once again reinforcing what I say, and that is that when you lose a parent, you go one way or the other. You can let that be an inspiration to make them proud. On the other hand, you can go the other way and disappoint them by destroying your life. So you did the opposite. Thank you.
Thank you.
You give me some background on yourself, sir.
Well, I have both my parents. My condolences to your past loved ones, of course. You know, I started using marijuana at a young age, 11. I gradually went into the heavier stuff, drinking and the cocaine. And
What age cocaine?
that was about 15, 16 years old.
Powder?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Then that went up to the opiates, the pills.
How old were you?
I was 20.
20?
Yep,
So
20
5
years
years later, you got to the opioids.
Yes. I used those for a good 5, 6 years. I never got into the heroin and the needles, thank God, you know. But I got to the oxys and the opanas. It started with the hydros, and very quickly it got to the
Vicodin.
oxys.
Hydros and Vicodin, right?
Yes. Loratabs, yes. Percocet. Very quickly it got to the oxys and the opanas.
Like how quickly?
Within a year. That happened really quickly, and you know, I did the hustling thing,
And
and
see, those are two different highs. Why did you go from cocaine
right.
to downers?
That had something to do with the depression from losing my nephew when I was 11. I think that's why I started using the marijuana.
No, you use marijuana for pills.
Well, yeah, that too. I wanted to be cool and everything. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. And then I started getting in a lot of trouble, arrested. I did some time when I caught a really heavy charge when I was 15. Got sentenced when I was 16. That did 6.5 and 12 months house arrest. I did that with flying colors. Actually, I did pretty well. And then I might have fell back a couple times and slipped and fell. Had some relapses. Did the rehab thing, and I was smooth sailing. And then within the last year, I relapsed. I started drinking. I used cocaine quite a few times again, and that's when our situation fell off. And
Sound like you're in recovery now.
yes.
The way you talk.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sound like
2 months, a little over 2 months now. Clean and sober.
Compliment you.
Thank you.
I want you to take that back to your meetings.
All right, you got it.
Amen. When it's time to speak, I want you to give your testimony. So
All right.
I feel good about myself and I feel stronger. Judge Mathis complimented me and he believed in me. And so I believe in myself. And I suggest to you guys use this as a lesson, all right?
Oh, I already pre-gamed the meeting too. I said I'm on my way to go see the big man. You're gonna give me some lessons I need to learn.
There you go.
And some inspiration words. So yes, it will be taken back with me.
All right,
that's for sure.
Good. And so you use this moment to inspire some
Of course.
Another way you tell a drug addict, recovering, you're really trying to fight and stay strong, and I admire it. Whenever you call their house, pick up that phone. Praise the Lord! You hear that? They've been on dope.
Defendant David McCartney is being sued by his former roommate, who claims David turned his home into a fraternity house.
Tell me about the rent and the property damage you're suing for.
So I let David move in with me back in July of 2021. Everything was good, dandy, until about 3 months in, which I would say like September.
What was the agreement upon moving in, the rental agreement?
If you would
Know
turn
that off
to
the top of your head, how much it was going to be?
he was going to
per
pay me
month?
$375 a month for rent.
All right. Go ahead. And so he moved in July 21. How did that go?
It went good until I started noticing a change. He started getting very, very aggressive. He started yelling at me, being more argumentative with me. And one day, he was knocking on my door. I couldn't get up fast enough because of my injuries and everything. And he was throwing rocks at my window. And I was like, yo, bro, could you please stop? And he's, no, bro, I'm not stopping until you open up the door. And he broke 3 of my windows.
What was the purpose of trying to get in so desperately?
He didn't have a key. I'm the only person with the key.
Got it. And then what?
I told him you had to go because he broke my windows.
Right.
And this happened back in April. I love David with all my heart. This my friend. It's my long line friend. I love him, and I just wish that everything didn't go the way that it did, because, I don't know how he is now, but it's like I said, that's still my friend, and it hurts me to see him living on the streets and stuff like that, because I moved him in my house from living on the streets. He told me that his girlfriend kicked him out, whatever the case may be. He didn't have nowhere to go. I said, bro, you always got somewhere to go as long as, I'm your friend. I'm your buddy. He, he complied for about 3 months. And then that's when everything started going downhill. I started noticing a change. I started seeing him drink. I told him I don't like company at my house. My house isn't a party house. One day I came home. My house was filled with random people. I'm like, yo, David, what's going on? He said, I'm just had a couple friends over. Bro, I told you my house isn't a party house.
Got the key that day.
He said,
Yeah, you got the key that day.
oh, yeah, no, I gave him the keys because I was leaving. I went to Buffalo. I live in the fall, so I went to Buffalo. I told him, yo, I'm going to give you my keys so that way you can get in and out the house. I don't want to lock out the house.
So when you told him you didn't want it to be a party house, how did that go?
I left to Buffalo one day. I came back. I'm over excessively banging on my door because I couldn't get in. I hear loud music playing. I'm calling David. He's not answering his phone. I get the calling my neighbor because I live in an apartment complex. So I called my neighbor, told my neighbor, could you come downstairs and open up the downstairs door for me? He did that. I knock on my door and I'm like, yo, David, what's going on? He said, I got a couple of my friends over. Said, a couple, bro. It's look like a frat house right now. You know, like my house, I told you before you moved in here, my house isn't a party house. I don't mind you having like 2-3 friends over, but my house was literally ramshacked with nothing but a bunch of people, like at least like 10-20 people in my house. And I got it's a small apartment, you know? I'm telling like, yo, bro, what's going on here? Like,
Okay.
it's either...
So what about the rent, though? What months did he miss? What months did he live
stopped
there
paying me
and fail
rent
to
back
pay?
in October.
Pardon?
He stopped paying rent back in October.
So what months did he fail to pay?
From October
To tell me.
to July of this year. If it wasn't for God, I honestly wouldn't be here. I thank him still to this day. I just want to live my life with my little brother. Now I got a little sister. And I actually just recently lost one of my little brothers due to gang violence. They went to his job and they killed him while he was at work.
Defendant David McCartney is being sued by his former roommate, who claims David turned his home into a fraternity house.
What do you say, sir, about the property damage and the rent?
Okay, the property damage was definitely an impulse reaction. I felt.
To what?
I was obviously buzzed up from drinking, and I felt annoyed by his attitude. So I reacted on impulse, and I even got the scar still from the one window, unfortunately, which I'm sorry for breaking windows, bro. I don't feel that was myself, but I handled it definitely incorrectly. Now the rent, however, I felt that I don't owe him for that many months because he knew I had a problem, and he still let me stay there. You know, he still let me. You know, 'cause that's who he is. He's got a good heart. You know, and he opened up his door to me. And prior to opening up his door to me, he didn't know about my past problems. So it was kind of a right hit to his jaw when he found out that I started falling off and partying like I was, especially like how I was, because it was actually pretty intense. It didn't just happen with a couple shots and a couple beers. I mean, this is like a bottle to, like a half gram to an 8-ball kind of situation. And which again,
right,
I'm sorry about the unwanted guest as well.
Okay. You sound totally committed to recovery. You're telling the truth about everything, the rent and the property damage in terms of what happened. You didn't pay your rent, and you did damage the property, and you apologize. However, you did what a lot of recovering addicts, even years beyond their initial recovery, do.
Right.
They say, I was addicted to drugs, so you shouldn't expect me to do you right. And you should have known I was going to rip you off. You knew I was a drug addict when I moved in with you. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have moved me in. You shouldn't have expected anything. Now, is that something you say? But that's said all the time. It's almost like there's no redemption necessary. And it is. Right. When you damage people, that's why when you're convicted of a crime and you go to prison, you have to pay restitution. And that is to repair the damage you've done.
Right.
If you are committed to change, then you also must be committed to do what you can to repair some of the damage.
Of course.
Even if you can't find the individuals, go help a cause that addresses the people you have damaged.
Right.
And there
good
are
juju.
many causes. Street
good juju.
youth,
Good karma.
Something. Yeah, there you go. And so that's all I'm making the observation is back away from that approach. I advise to the damage you've done. And that is, well, I was on drugs. What did you expect? No, it should be, like you did say, you apologize, but the next should be, and I'm going to work my way into making sure that I repay you, and that wasn't your fault. That's what I need to hear, other than, you knew I was on drugs. What'd you let me in there for anyway? All right, that last step, redemption. All right?
All right.
Judgment for the plaintiff. Good luck to you. Proud of you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'm going to give you a page and write on there, good job. And so I want you to keep this on you. Good job.
Can I get a signature too?
That's what I'm doing.
All right, all right.
Take to the meeting.
Stay strong.
Can I get a signature too?
Nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you. Stay strong. Judge Mathis. So,
Appreciate that, Your Honor.
Care of this. It talks about the case. I even put some notes down about the case. And there you have my signature as well. You want
Awesome.
a picture? I'll give you a signed picture. How about that?
Yes, please.
All right.
That's awesome.
And so you can lie and say he didn't really get that picture from me. He found it or something. Because he's gonna get a standard picture. You got the real deal. You got notes from the case.
Yeah, I did.
Got
That's awesome.
signature. He can get his.
I appreciate that.
He
Thank
can
you.
get his out the corner store. They got my picture in the corner store. I'll give you a corner store picture. I take care of you too. All right.
Thank
Good
you,
luck to you,
Your
man. Thank you, bro.
You know, you still my bro, bro. Like, you know, I love you to death, bro. I just wish things would have went a different way, you know?
Yeah, same here. I hope we can mend fences and we can put all this behind us and move forward to a fresh start. Mad love, bro.
Mad love.